What's going on, everyone? Amazon FBA models that actually work in 2023. There's a lot of nonsense out there on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. Most people just trying to upsell you into their course. Well, let's talk about the reality here. Let's talk about what actually is working in 2023 so that you stop wasting your time and your money. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hayden. I've been selling for almost 4 years now, do hundreds of thousands a year, UK, USA, and I earn my full-time income from Amazon primarily. So let's dive into this. Now, just before I dive into it, Awesome is sponsoring this video. £12 to set up your company and register your business bank account with them in the link below, or £100 off accounting with them. I've been using for years now, so make sure you check the sponsor out below. Other than that, let's dive into the video. So Amazon FBA, business models that actually work. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to go through them in my experience. So don't beat me up in the comments if you've got a different experience. This is my experience. And also from what I know a lot of sellers, 6, 7, 8, 9-figure sellers I talk to. Okay, I know a lot of people. I've done a lot of these models myself, most of them that I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to tell you what actually is working. Things that are actually worth your time pursuing. Okay, so I do my own brand in the UK and I do online arbitrage in the USA. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's actually working. So online arbitrage. Online arbitrage works, but if you're going to do it in the UK, at last check for me, small margins, lots of price tanking, so it's small margins for that case. It can work for some people, but it's small margins in many cases. It works better in other marketplaces like the USA, like Germany, like new markets, pan-European you can do, or you can, whatever, set up an LLC in the USA, for example, and there's just so much more demand out there. So even when price tanking comes, generally the margins are higher, and I know sellers that have, a lot of them, including myself, have decided to sell in the USA instead of the UK for that case. So online arbitrage works, but it's better, in my opinion, different marketplaces. Don't restrict yourself to the UK, there's many marketplaces. Retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage works, in my experience, okay? I tried it. It wasn't great for me, but that's because now that I'm aware I wasn't doing it properly. I know someone called Matthew Wright, shout out Matthew Wright, he runs The Hive, which is a training group, and he does retail arbitrage in a big way, hundreds of thousands a year as far as I'm aware, and do you know what he does? He plans his journey before he goes out. He knows exactly what he's buying, he's got his niche, and he does it really, really, really well, and that's what you need to do. What doesn't work, in my experience, for most cases, unless you're looking at making chump change, what doesn't work as a proper business is just randomly going into shops and thinking that you're going to find enough stuff. In my experience, that doesn't work. In my experience, you have to plan your trips before you go out. Now, they're the okay things, okay? Now, let's look at wholesale. Does wholesale work? I'll be honest, I've never done wholesale. I've never done wholesale. I opened wholesale accounts, okay? So I've done a video on that before. I know how to open wholesale accounts. I use wholesale accounts for my stuff that I sell. My brand stuff, I open brand direct accounts, but I don't do wholesale as a model. You know, I don't jump on wholesale listings that have got 10, 20, 30 sellers and then try and make peanuts on them listings. It's just not the model for me. And that's in most cases what's happening. To do wholesale, you have to have a limited company. You need to be VAT registered to be taken seriously, in my experience. And in a lot of cases, you're going to get price tanked by a lot of sellers, and you're going to be making very small margins. So you need big investment, and you need to understand that it's similar to online arbitrage in the sense that there's a lot of price tanking. Just because you're wholesale doesn't mean that you're instantly, you know, you've got loads of barriers to entry, because a lot of people do wholesale now in the UK. So once again, I think that works probably better in other marketplaces, but it can still work. You just need to be at volume. That's as far as I'm aware. And all of this is my experience, guys. This is not fact, but I think after doing a lot of these models, after selling for years in different models, after knowing all these people, I think it's a pretty good inception of reality I have. Let's talk about brand deals. You can do brand deals where you reach out to brands, get your salesman hat on, sell yourself as the brand exclusive distributor of their product. And some of the most successful sellers that I know do this, okay? But the barrier to entry is high because you need investment to likely spend a lot on them brands, buy the products to sell on Amazon, because they're not going to be, you don't want to work with tiny little brands that haven't got any brand presence. If you work with Durex, for example, if you work with Pampers, for example, huge brand exposure already. People are already searching for that, so it'll be really easy for you to sell if you can create the listings. but you've got to become the brand distributor for that. Like you need to be trusted as the brand distributor for that. So the barrier to entry is high. They're going to want to see certain things from you, but you could start with smaller brands that have got some search. You could do PPC advertising for them to get more search. But yeah, huge opportunity, but the barrier to entry is high because you need to be trusted by that brand to be the exclusive seller. A lot of people are scared of selling on Amazon. They want you to do it for them. Huge opportunity. Some of the biggest sellers that I know. And another opportunity, huge opportunity, my favorite opportunity is building a brand. Building a brand. And this is what a lot of people don't do because they simply don't want to, can't be bothered. A lot of Amazon FBA seems to attract lazy people that want a nomad income and work from around the world. And that's fine. It's great. And that's what I do. I can work from anywhere. But you need to put in effort to have the longevity and the, what's the word that I'm looking for? You need to, if you want to have that stability, then I think you either need to be doing brand deals. I've said this before, you need to be doing brand deals, or you need to be doing private label, or your own branded stuff. If you want that real longevity, and that's exactly what I'm spending my time doing now. I'm just about to launch a private label brand. I already have another brand, which is bundles based. In the UK, people are already searching for our brand specifically, okay, and yeah, we're starting to build up some good momentum with that, especially with our own brand. It does well, does good margins. Excuse me. I told you I don't edit these videos; it's all raw. And with our own private label stuff, which we're just about to do our first order very soon of our own private label stuff, then you have IP. You know, people will search for your brand. You've got IP. Real opportunity. All your own brand building stuff that we do and the private label stuff. Some people say it's dead. I don't know what they're talking about. It's dead when you just launch a random product that's the same as someone else's and you think it's going to win. You have to be different. You have to create great listings. You have to know PPC or employ an agency that's a PPC agency, and you actually have to create good products. Create good products with a unique selling point, and then you can win. So that's, in my experience, like models that actually work in Amazon in 2023. Let me know in the comments any models that you think work that I haven't spoken about. There's many different ways. People overthink this. If people are buying something on Amazon, if people want stuff, then you can sell it. Like, people think that it has to be regimented. You have to do online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, private label. Create your own box. What about handmade stuff? Create your own box, you know? What about lovely gifting products that are wooden stuff with jewelry inside them or something like that? Create your own demand. Do you know what I mean? Not your own demand. Create your own products that fill demand that's already there. If people searching for a keyword, if you can fill that demand, then you can sell on Amazon. That's the truth. You know, it's not this mystical thing. You know, it takes time to master this and to understand how it actually works. But just be a bit more, if you want to win, then you've got to be a bit more thinking outside the box. Okay? There's so much demand on that platform, you just need to know what people want to buy. And if it's an awesome product, people will buy it if you can market it in the right way and spend the required amount on ads to get it in front of customers. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you check out the awesome links below, pardon the pun, for the £12 registered company setup and the £100 off accounting. I'll see you in the next video.